Happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another edition of LePage Binder Live. My name is Bumanlag. Very happy to have you along for the show. And this is a bi-weekly chat that we do with our real estate team right across Windsor and Essex County, the various teams that we have, the different salespeople that we have right across Windsor, Essex, and kind of do a deep dive on all things real estate, things in the news, and learn more about our community realtors, about how they're invested not only in the Windsor, Essex area, but how they're invested in finding you a home that you're going to love and give you a new experience when it comes to buying and selling real estate. So very excited to have this next gentleman on the show. He's part of an amazing team of realtors in the Windsor-Essex County area underneath the LePage Binder Real Estate flag. From the Always Working For You Real Estate Group, we have Scott Innocente, who is joining us on the show this afternoon. Scott, my man, always a pleasure. How are you, sir?
Well, sir, very good. Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Great introduction there as well. Thank you.
Oh, God bless you. Thanks, man. And it's, first of all, when I had Paul and I had the twins on last couple of shows, we've done this. We sort of deep dive into what you guys do. And, the AW4U team is just, we said before on the air, I mean, your engagement on social media is next level. And I found myself kind of prepping for the show and going through some of that social content that you guys are putting out on a consistent basis, which is key, right? Mm-hmm. Is you make sure that you're not just, it's like a one and done, you're constantly putting out some content. But I love it because it shows, I think, your authenticity, but it also shows as a team, you guys are working hard behind the scenes, but you're also engaging the community that you're cultivating online.
Yeah, I think that's what we aim to do, is show a little bit about our personalities, but also how hard we work as well. And we do try to keep it authentic, and we have a great synergy here. As you can probably see, it's just like a big family. So it really is a lot of fun. But I do want to emphasize to people that despite the fun, we are working very hard behind the scenes as well for our clients.
Yeah, and I think that's so crucial for people to know too, because I think you talk a little bit about some of the bigger things that are happening in the world of real estate, and we've talked about this on the show too. But one of the things that's been in the news recently, Scott, and I love that you wanted to tackle this on the show today, is the housing crisis in Ontario. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that. I wanted to get your opinion about where we're going, what needs to be done, and where you see Windsor and Essex County playing in a role for that housing crisis, hopefully in a positive lens.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great question. I think a lot of local Windsor people are having a hard time with what's happening with our market right now and the rising prices, because we here are so used to basically a stagnant market, right? Where just prices don't move, or they move very little. So a lot of local Windsorites are having a real hard time with 20, 25, 30% annual gains. And I understand why that is. But I think that the general population doesn't understand that this is a housing crisis, which basically means that we don't have enough houses and we have way too many buyers. And that buyer pool is increasing with the government's immigration plan, and also a lot of people moving from the GTA and other more expensive cities. So it really has become the perfect storm. And I think the point I want to emphasize, a lot of buyers have tried to time it, and they've been sitting on the sidelines for a little while, thinking that the prices are going to slow down. And until the fundamentals change, which the supply demand becomes more in balance, we could have a long ways to go here. And as much as I don't like saying it, I do think that is the reality.
It's funny because I've said this to many of our agents and many of our sales reps too, Scott, just kind of diving into the world of real estate myself and try to find a positive lens, right? And try to find something that's, and I know that there is a crisis, and you're right. I mean, it needs to be addressed, but I think in that crisis, there is room for opportunity to find that sort of market where you're able to get more folks into the real estate market, maybe at a lower price point. And I'm hoping, and that gets tapped into over the next 5 to 10 years, especially locally, to say, hey, listen, if we want to support the market and continue to grow it, we need to get these people in at a price point that they can get in at.
Yeah, we always work within the client's budget. And if there's always a way to get into the market. There's certain programs that you can engage in. I know a lot of people right now are they're actually buying homes with family members. Actually, one of my family members just called me up the other day, and the husband and wife and the wife's brother are looking to buy a house together and just kind of take their budget to the next level, because what they're finding in their particular budget, it just doesn't suit what they're looking for. So there are options that way. I know the government has some programs as well. And, how you spin it depends on your perspective, I suppose, right? A rising market, if you're a homeowner right now, is a really good thing because you're building equity.
Hmm.
If you're a first-time home buyer, it can be a little bit more difficult, but there are ways to navigate it. You can expand your search to more outside communities or out in the county a little bit. And we definitely have strategies to help you regardless of your price range. So I don't want to sound like it's hopeless or anything, because
Sure.
Windsor's still a very affordable city, most affordable city in the province still, despite the rising prices.
So, what else is driving, Scott, in your opinion and your expertise? What else is driving Windsor's real estate market to be, you know, what it
Yeah,
is today?
so people underestimate a couple things. We have a university here, a college here, two major international border crossings, soon to be three with the Gordie Howe Bridge. We are the most affordable city in the province, which attracts people that are seeking a better, standard of living from across the country, not just from across Ontario. And then I think the biggest, most underrated factor is our proximity to Detroit. The number of people that I interact with that are moving to Windsor because they got a job in Detroit is very underestimated. I think 5 or 6 years ago, that number was about 6,000 cross-border workers, and I wouldn't be surprised if that number has grown significantly since then. And then, on a bigger scale, you just have the federal government's immigration plan, which is pretty heavy for our relatively small population of Canada, 400,000 people a year. That's a lot of housing pressure. And those new entrants to the country are going to seek out affordable living. They might not be able to go to the bigger, more expensive cities, so they have no choice but to come to somewhere like Windsor. So you can really see that there's not just one factor. There's 5, 6, or 7 factors here that are playing in. So I think a lot of people try to say, well, it's only this or it's only that, but it's really all of the above.
So, the outlook, in your opinion, Scott, do you feel like we're in a good position? I would say, as a city, because I know, like, I know you've been here in the city for a long time, and been involved in the community, and with Paul and the team as well. You guys have a good pulse on what's happening in the city. But I go back to, like, in the late '90s, early 2000s, when there was that automotive instability, right? We were sort of focused on automotive, and then now, from a tech sector, we're sort of diversifying and trying to bring bigger companies in. But there was that population dip. Now we have this influx of people coming into the city and the region. I think that would bode well for our area as a whole. Because we really do live in an amazing place. We're surrounded by water, like you said, right across from Detroit.
I agree 100%. Windsor, in my opinion, it has all the ingredients to be like one of the top cities in the country, right? Just the proximity to a great city like Detroit, which has really, really revitalized itself, as you may know. We have all the ingredients. We just need kind of like a chef to put it all together, right? And I think the city historically has been mismanaged by not attracting private money, not attracting investors, and basically relying solely on the automotive industry. And I think Mayor Dilkins has done a great job of incentivizing private money to start putting projects, shovels in the ground here. And for myself specifically, I did a new build project about a year ago, where it was in the economic development core of the city, and they waived development fees, and it saved me $40,000 or $50,000, and it made the project viable. And it was a small project, right, building a duplex, but without that incentive, I don't think it would have made sense. And that's happening on a bigger scale as well. So I think the diversification is happening. We do have tech companies moving here as well. But another big thing that's happened is, obviously, with the pandemic, you have tech workers moving to Windsor, but the company doesn't necessarily have to be here anymore.
Sure.
They can work remotely. So we're getting tech talent. And I think when the talent comes here, and we have the university and the college building talent as well, the companies will come and follow. And it's going to be kind of, what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? What comes first, the talent or the tech companies? And we're kind of getting a little back and forth here, where I think Windsor bottomed out a few years ago, and we're on a slow, steady rise. And I was born and raised in Windsor, and I saw a stagnant city my whole life. We didn't really have anything going on, and I think you can attest to the fact that there's some big changes happening here. It's in the air. It's in the air.
And it's nice to see, and it's nice to hear too, right? So often we get bogged down by some negative things, but when you talk, Scott, too, about people coming in, you have the remote work factor coming in, you have the diversification of our workforce happening. More people means you need more grocery stores, you need more entertainment options, you need more housing, you need more auto dealerships. So it's a sort of ripple effect that we're finally seeing, that influx that And you'll see more cultures come into the region too, I think, and then that's key. I mean, I was out in the Manning Road area about a couple weeks ago, and I often say this to a lot of the folks I know. I said this to Paul too. It just reminded me of almost like I hate to say it, like a little Mississauga, just about with all the
Yeah.
development that's happening, which is nice to see.
We have a hotel there, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time we saw a hotel in Tecumseh Lakeshore, right? Never. And the way I like to look at it is the people that are building that hotel, they're smarter than me. And they've done their research. They understand the population projections of that particular area over a long period of time. They're not just building a hotel anywhere, right? So I like to follow the money. If I'm an investor or just a regular buyer, right, that gives me hope and confidence that that particular area is going to be solid with a long ways of growth to go. And the diversity of our population, like you mentioned, is a great factor as well. And this is stuff that we haven't seen before. This is, and you mentioned it, right? It's like what comes first, the population or the businesses? And to me, it's almost like the population has to come first because the businesses, it's too much risk to invest. And luckily, the crisis has caused a population shift to this area. And when the population comes, then the businesses come. And when the businesses come, it draws more people here. And then more people draws more businesses. And you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what we're in the midst of right now. The number of GTA buyers that I deal with myself as a real estate agent on the buy side or the sell side, and the number of buyers, like, if I have a listing up, 20% of the offers are from Toronto buyers. That means that and these aren't investors, right? I talk to all the agents. These are people moving here to live and to work. So it's a population shift because people are tired of living in a $700,000, $800 square foot condo in the sky, right? And you can get a nice big house here for that price. And people are upgrading their lifestyle. They're working from home now. So big time shift. And I want to emphasize, guys, I don't think this is short term. I don't think this is a 1 or 2 year thing. I think the shift is on, and it's going to be a long one, in my opinion.
And you folks, Paul and the team, yourself, at always working for you. I mean, you're well positioned to help folks navigate that, whether they're from the GTA area or maybe they're moving from South Walkerville to Tecumseh, or in like our case, moving from South Walkerville to Amherstburg. I mean, you folks know the area.
Yeah, born and raised here, all of us. We know the cities like the back of our hands. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of clients individually and as a team. And we have it's a process, right? We don't rush anything. We're more concerned with avoiding mistakes than we are with getting somebody home, right? And people have to go through a process, and to understand what they want, a lot of times they have to learn what they don't want. And a lot of times that's getting out and viewing properties, not with the intention of putting offers on them or buying them, but to find out who you are as a buyer, what your price range offers. Then you're ready to start making offers in a competitive market intelligently and trying to get the house that you actually want. But there is a process. We're really good at it. We have a lot of experience, and we're the hardest working team in the business. I don't know, all of us, man, we're here at the office all the time. We really are always working for you. It's not just a misnomer. You can ask my clients. I answer my phone 24/7. So I know how big of a decision it is, right? One of my clients made a comment to me the other day, like, I can't believe the level of service you provide. And I said, well, if I was looking for a home moving from Kitchener to Waterloo, this is what I would expect. And if I wasn't getting that service, I would go somewhere else, because I think that's the world we live in now, right? Where we want things, immediate gratification. So because I would expect it, I think we all would. That's what we like to offer to our clients as well.
Now, working with not only Paul and the team at AW4U, but tell me what it's like working with Frank Binder and getting the guidance from Frank as well, and working under the banner of Royal LePage Binder Real Estate. How's that been for you?
Yeah, Frank's he's a professional. He's a true professional. He's really helped me understand the legal side of my business and protecting myself legally, and then setting a structure for me to succeed. Right? You can lead a horse to water, but it's in a sales job like this, it's up to the individual person to drink, right? So he's set the structure and the foundation for me to be successful. And then joining a team with Paul, one of the best agents probably in the country statistically, and just meet the guy. He's just really good at his job. I always tell people I've been an agent for about 3 years. I've gotten about 10 or 15 years of experience being on this team in this environment with high performing people. I feel like a 10 or 15 year veteran because of this. So I couldn't have asked for a better team or a better structure to be in, and I'm just incredibly blessed.
We've got some plugs here from the brokerage as a whole. Scott, your local market knowledge and investment insight is invaluable to your team and our brokerage. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Appreciate it. One last question before we go. So I follow you guys on social. How did you manage to get a photo of the team sitting on a couch in the middle of Willette Avenue? How did you pull that off?
Well, we planned it and we got a little bit lucky. We were down there trying to set the stage. Traffic was zipping by, and Paul happened to know one of the cops driving by, so we flagged him down. He's like, "Oh, I'll block the street off for you." So he flipped his lights on, blocked the streets. We ran the couch out there. Took 50 photos, ended up with a couple good ones, and all within 2 or 3 minutes. So it was super fun. We got a ton of positive feedback on that picture. Great picture, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw it. Like I said, follow you on social, and I saw it get posted. I'm like, that's an epic shot. I mean, that shows, right in the heart of downtown, shows the team, a very Friends vibe, right? So I thought that was kind of neat.
And people say, sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say, people say it's the Friends vibe, but I don't know what they're talking about because I don't watch that show, but I'll take your word for it.
Same with me. My wife loves it. I'm more of a Steinfeld guy myself, but
can't go wrong there.
That's right. Scott, what a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. Give my best to the team, and thanks for making some time with me today. I really appreciate it, sir.
Thanks so much, Arms.
Anytime. Scott Innocente from Always Working for You Real Estate Group. Scott, Paul, the entire team ready to help you through your buying and selling experience here in the Windsor-Essex County area. So we do this on a bi-weekly basis. We've got agents and sales representatives right across Windsor-Essex ready to help you, whether you're looking to move to Essex County or maybe you're watching this from outside of the Windsor-Essex County area. It is an amazing place to live, work, and play. So you can go to our website for more details on Scott and the team, LePageBinder.com. All that information is there for you as well. And we would absolutely love to hear from you if you need any help with your real estate needs. That'll do it for this edition of LePage Live. I'm Arms Bumanlag. Thanks for spending some time with us today. And make sure to follow our brokerage on social media as well. And we'll see you in a few weeks.